Applicant assessment. Your application for PA school will be primarily assessed based on 3 key areas: your undergraduate coursework, including both your overall GPA and natural science GPA, your general GRE score comprised of the verbal, quantitative, and writing components, and finally, the quantity and caliber of your direct patient care experience. Let's see how you do if you were to apply to PA school today. This self-assessment is critical to highlight both your strengths and weaknesses. Feel free to pause the video if you need to retrieve this information. What is your overall GPA? Next, what is your natural science GPA? What are your GRE verbal, quantitative, and writing scores? How many total direct patient care experience hours do you currently have? All right, let's see how your answers correlate with a top-tier school. We'll compare your above-reported responses with the median applicant standards reported by Duke University PA Program's website for their 2016 entering class. For each of the following criterion, you'll mark the response that meets the criterion in yellow, those that exceed the criterion in green, and those that fall short in red. Let's look at the first criterion. The median overall GPA is 3.5 to 3.8. If your overall GPA is between 3.5 to 3.8, then mark this in yellow. If your GPA is above 3.8, then mark this in green. If your overall GPA is below 3.5, then mark this in red. The top-tier median natural science GPA is 3.4 to 3.8. Like the following, if your GPA is within this range, please mark this in yellow. GPAs above this will be marked in green. GPAs below this will be marked in red. The median GRE scores are verbal 156 to 162, quantitative 153 to 159, and writing 4.0 to 4.5. Again, scores within this range are marked in yellow, above this range marked in green, and below this range marked in red. If you haven't yet taken your GRE, also mark this in red. The median full-time direct patient experience is 15 to 38 months. PA shadowing experience is a bonus but should not be counted towards this total. Hours within this range are marked in yellow, above this range marked in green, and below this marked in red. Now for the sobering part. The reported applicant acceptance rate at Duke is 37.5%, or 90 out of 240 applicants. I don't tell you this to scare you. Preparation and a sense of urgency are critical here. You can't solve a problem you haven't identified. Your primary problem areas can be found marked in red, and the secondary issues in yellow on the self-assessment. Over the remainder of the course, we'll walk you through creating roadmaps for each of these attributes to ensure you're prepared to exceed these thresholds. In each of the academic, clinical experience, and applicant roadmaps, we'll provide evidence from published research and surveys, suggest an approach based on professional experience, share common pitfalls, offer tips on attaining a competitive edge, and provide resources.